I've been trying to come up with a way to improve the MACD trading strategy provided by Trading Rush. And so far, I've had some interesting results. So, 13% over a 3 week period on the 15-minute time frame is very achievable from what I have just discovered. So, yeah, hang around for this video. I have made some really startling discoveries which have surprised me. Hey guys, my name's David, and I basically find other people's strategies and I delve into them and I examine them and I see if I can possibly trade them in a meaningful, profitable way. So that's what this channel is about. In this video, I'm taking a strategy provided by Trading Rush and I am plugging it into multiple different time frames and two different market conditions. One is a ranging market to see if the MACD strategy is profitable in the ranging market, and one is in a trending market to see what the difference is. And yes, like I've said, I've made some interesting discoveries that I would like to share with you at the end of the video. But first, the rules for the Trading Rush MACD strategy. The MACD must cross below the zero line while price is above the 200 EMA. Pretty simple. Okay, here we have a valid buy setup. As you can see, price is above the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA is in an uptrend. That's a really interesting thing I've discovered, is that when the EMA is in an uptrend, it's actually quite beneficial, or a downtrend as opposed to flat. And the MACD crosses below the zero line. So entry is right here. Stop loss is below the most recent fractal. Take profit is 1.5 times the risk, which puts the target there. As you can see, this particular trade wins easy. Now, if we go across, I've got a short here. Same again, price is in a downtrend. The EMA is pointed down and price is below the EMA, the 200 EMA. Now, the MACD is above the zero line, entry is here, and target is somewhere down here. This actually turns out to be 5-1, but if you wanted to ride it the whole way, that's a good 10-1, a really good trade for very little risk. It's an awesome trade. This trade, although it would have been profitable, does not qualify because the MACD does not go above the zero line. And another one that does not qualify I wanted to point out is this one, where the MACD goes above the zero line, but price is above the 200 EMA, so it doesn't qualify, even though both those would have been winners. One thing I'm exploring is that if the MACD pulls back almost to the zero line, I think that's a valid trade, and it's something I'm looking into. So I think you should look into it as well. Something I have noticed in what determines profitable trades is the size of the MACD and the swings it's having. So if you look here, the swings are actually quite large. There are no triggers though until here, which would have been a really good one. It is a win, in fact, eventually. However, as we can see here, even though these are valid sells, because the MACD crosses above the zero line and price is below the 200 EMA and it's in a downtrend, the problem is it just doesn't go anywhere. It just goes sideways. In fact, this particular one's a loss. This one's a loss. And they just don't do well. I'm going to leave a disqualification factor in that if the MACD is kind of flat like this, even though it's giving me valid trades, I think that's a pretty good reason to stay out of the market and find a different currency. So the sections I looked at is I found a strong uptrend on the euro yen on the daily time frame. As you can see, I started the trading here and you can see a really strong uptrend on the daily time frame. The sideways market, or the ranging market that I chose, was right here across to here. So both were about 3 weeks long and kind of covered the meat of that. So strong uptrend and a very rangy market. On the 1 hour, I got one win over that period of time. So that's 1.5% in 3 weeks. On the 30-minute, that's 4 wins, 2 losses, so 4% profit. On the 15-minute, that's 12 wins, 5 losses for 13% profit. And on the 5-minute, 22 wins, 11 losses for 22% profit. As you can see, there's clearly a trend for lower time frames.
when the market's trending strongly.
Here we are on the ranging market. So using these MACD signals, we have on the 1 hour on the euro yen, we have 3 losses and 2 wins. So overall, you get 0% profit on the 1 hour on the euro yen, which kind of sucks, I must say. On the 30-minute chart, you would have ended up with 7 wins and 3 losses for a grand total of 7.5% profit. And on the 15-minute chart, you would have got 10 wins and 12 losses, coming out 3% ahead. So as you can see, this strategy kind of sucks in a ranging market. And I mentioned earlier in the video how when the 200 EMA is going flat, it's not a good sign to enter these trades. Well, you can see when the 200 EMA is going flat, it creates a loss, and it's basically a ranging sideways market. Going flat, loss, going flat to win, but you guys get the idea. What I've just demonstrated is the difference between trading the strategy in a trending market versus a ranging market. We can see in a trending market, you're going to earn a lot more money than you will in a ranging market. And in a ranging market, you may very well make a loss. This strategy is not very effective in a ranging market at all. And in a trending market, we can see quite clearly that how fast the trend is going depends on which time frame you actually want to trade this strategy with. Trading the trend that I picked was a very fast trending section where it was just astronomically just going straight up on the daily time frame, giving you very few entries even on the hourly time frame, meaning that you had to drop the time frames all the way to the 5 minute to really earn a profit. So 2 key points that I'm trying to show here are that traded in a trending market, not a ranging market. The second one is pick the time frame that's going to earn you the most profit when trading this strategy. Now there's a few other things that I also wanted to show you guys, so have a look. Now during this analysis, I had a wild idea. I thought, what happens if I was to reverse this system? So change the rules. Well, in a ranging market, I decided when the price is above the 200 EMA and the MACD gets a sell signal, this is for a ranging market, then I would take the short. If price is below the 200 EMA and the MACD is crosses below the MACD zero line, then I would take the buy signal. Meaning that instead of these trades, you would enter here. You would enter here. This would have been another entry. And another entry. And this one would have been a short. You get the idea. Suddenly, I am getting a lot of winning trades. I thought this was really interesting, especially on the 1 hour time frame. So I went and did a bit more analysis on the multi-time frame. And I discovered on the 1 hour, I got 10 wins and 5 losses over the same ranging period. On the 30-minute time frame, I got 16 wins and 13 losses. And on the 15-minute time frame, I got 7 wins and 16 losses. So this seems to work better on the higher time frames, but it's definitely something interesting and something that I would think would be worth looking into. The whole concept of being able to use almost the same strategy but reverse one detail and suddenly turn it from a trending market to a ranging market winner seems like a pretty good idea to me. On the 15-minute time frame, I had another wild idea. I noticed when the MACD had a really big spike and continued along in the same trend, that the second spike often made a really good sell signal. First one did not, but the second one did, and so did the third if it was still a big spike and still kind of the same trend. So here's another example. MACD, the price ran away short really fast, big spike on the MACD. Then there was a second MACD and there was divergence this time and it actually gave us a win. followed by a third entry with a third spike. So actually quite good. Uh, if we continue along and we find this big spike here, followed by another big spike, gave us a loss. However, shortly after, we get a win. Here's another example. Price comes along, big spike, drops, big spike on the MACD, then you would enter and take the sell. So the second spike seems to be a pretty good one. Divergence seems to be a bonus. If there's a divergence between price and the MACD, that's a huge bonus. But yeah, this is the looking into the whole divergence theory, and this seems to be very profitable. I thought this was a really interesting discovery. So I would love people to actually go and have a look and comment in the comments about what you think of doing something like this. So I had another interesting idea for a trending market, and I would love your guys' feedback as well. So basically, I thought, what would happen if I added a multi-time frame EMA for the 200 EMA on the 1 hour while trading the 30-minute euro yen? The results were not as great as I expected in this strong trending market. Basically, I ended up with 2 more wins on the 15-minute time frame and 3 more losses. And on the 30-minute time frame, I ended up with another 4 wins and 3 losses. So I found it more profitable on the 30-minute. But yeah, it was just something interesting I thought I would try. What would happen if I put a multi-time frame EMA on? There we go, guys. I hope you found that video particularly useful, and I hope it brings you lots of money. The whole point of this video is to show you how profitable it can be to actually trade in the right market conditions with the right strategy. So the MACD strategy is a really good strategy, but it works really well in a trending market and terribly in a ranging market. You can muck around with the parameters to make it a bit more of an oscillator so that it works better in a ranging market, which I believe I demonstrated. So go out there, and I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. I'd love to know if you're making money using this strategy. I think it's quite interesting and potentially quite profitable to use. So please share. Thank you so much for watching my video. It means a lot to me. I am noticing how many views, I'm noticing how many subscribers I'm getting for my videos. I can tell how many people stay to the end, and it means a lot to me when I can see that people are actually enjoying my content. So thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot.